Imagine waking up to the sound of birds, the crisp mountain air filling your lungs, and the warmth of a cozy A-frame cabin nestled in the middle of a peaceful forest. Have you ever dreamed of escaping the noise of the city and building your own off-grid retreat? Well, today, we're going to walk you through the essential construction techniques to make that dream a reality, without heavy industrial tools or commercial machinery. Using simple, time-tested methods, you'll learn how to build an A-frame cabin in a remote environment. From selecting the perfect location to setting up a sturdy pier and beam foundation, framing the structure and making it self-sufficient with sustainable energy and water sources, this guide will cover it all in an easy-to-follow way. By the end of this video, you'll have the confidence to start your own A-frame cabin project, even with minimal construction experience. Let's get started. Choosing the perfect location. Choosing the right location is the most important step when building an off-grid A-frame home. First, you'll want to look for high ground to avoid flooding during heavy rain. A strong, stable soil base is necessary to support the weight of your cabin and prevent long-term shifting or sinking. Sun exposure is another critical factor, especially if you plan to use solar panels for energy. A site with good southern exposure will provide natural heat during winter and plenty of sunlight for power generation. Access to fresh water is essential, whether it's from a nearby stream, a natural spring, or a well. A-frame homes also need natural wind protection, so choosing a spot near a tree line or rock formation can help shield your home from harsh weather conditions. If you're in a mountain or forest setting, consider the challenges of uneven terrain. Avoid building on loose rock, steep slopes, or swampy ground, as these can cause instability. It's also helpful to pick a site near readily available natural materials like timber and stone to reduce transportation costs. Lastly, always check legal requirements for the land. Some remote areas may still have zoning laws, permits, or restrictions on water use and building methods. Choosing the right location will ensure your A-frame home stands strong for years to come. Pier and beam foundation, simple and durable. When building an A-frame home in an off-grid setting, a pier and beam foundation is often the best choice. Unlike a concrete slab, which requires heavy industrial equipment and extensive site leveling, a pier and beam foundation works well on uneven or rocky terrain, making it ideal for mountainous or forested landscapes. Since minimal excavation is needed, this method also reduces labor and speeds up construction. Keeping the cabin elevated improves drainage, prevents moisture damage, and allows for easier insulation underneath the structure, keeping your home warm in winter and cool in summer. To begin, first mark the layout of your A-frame using stakes and string to outline the footprint of the home. Then dig pier holes at evenly spaced intervals, typically every 6 to 8 feet. The depth of the holes depends on the frost line in your area. Digging below this ensures your foundation won't shift during seasonal temperature changes. You can either pour concrete piers using sonotubes for shaping or use pre-made concrete blocks for a simpler setup. Once the piers are set, place large treated timber beams across them to create a stable base for the A-frame structure. These beams should be securely fastened using metal brackets or heavy-duty lag bolts to prevent shifting. A pier and beam foundation is perfect for off-grid living because it keeps your home elevated, preventing rot and allowing for easy access to plumbing, wiring, and insulation. It also reduces material costs compared to a full concrete slab, making it a practical, affordable, and durable solution for remote A-frame construction. Framing the A-frame structure. The A-frame design is one of the simplest and most efficient structures for off-grid living. Its triangular shape allows for efficient use of materials, meaning less waste compared to traditional rectangular cabins. The steep roof naturally sheds snow and rain, preventing water damage and reducing structural stress. Most importantly, it's easy to build with minimal tools, making it a great option for DIY construction. To begin the framing process, start by cutting and assembling the rafters. Use 2x8 or 2x10 pressure-treated lumber for durability, cutting each piece at a 60-degree angle to form the A-frame shape. Secure the top of the rafters using a ridge beam or heavy-duty steel brackets to create a solid peak. The frame must then be anchored to the beam foundation using metal brackets and lag bolts to keep everything secure. For added strength, install cross beams between rafters to reinforce the frame. Adding temporary diagonal braces during assembly will keep everything steady until the final construction is complete. Lastly, ensure stability by checking that everything is plumb and level as you work. Before adding roofing materials, apply plywood sheathing over the frame to create a stronger, more weather-resistant structure. By following these steps, your A-frame will be strong, durable, and ready for the next phase of construction. Roofing. Weatherproofing for off-grid conditions. Selecting the right roofing material is essential for keeping your A-frame protected from harsh weather. Metal roofing is a popular choice because it's lightweight, durable, and reflects heat, making it great for all seasons. Cedar shingles provide a traditional, rustic look while offering excellent insulation, though they require more maintenance. If you want to let in natural light, polycarbonate panels are a great option, providing protection while reducing the need for electric lighting during the day. To install the roof, start by laying down a waterproof membrane or roofing felt over the plywood sheathing to prevent moisture damage. Begin at the bottom of the roof and overlap panels upwards, ensuring that rainwater flows off properly. Secure roofing materials with galvanized screws to prevent rust over time. Lastly, add ridge vents along the peak of the A-frame to improve airflow, preventing condensation buildup inside the cabin. A properly installed roof will ensure that your off-grid home remains dry, insulated, and energy efficient. Walls, windows, and insulation, keeping the cabin efficient. For a durable and rustic off-grid look, walls can be built using plywood or tongue and groove siding. If you have access to natural materials, reclaimed wood or locally sourced logs can add a unique natural touch while reducing costs. Windows play an important role in natural lighting and ventilation. Installing large front-facing windows allows plenty of sunlight to enter, making the cabin feel more spacious and reducing the need for artificial lighting. To maintain indoor temperatures, use double-pane glass for insulation. Adding smaller side windows will improve airflow, creating cross-ventilation that keeps the space cool in summer and prevents moisture buildup. Proper insulation is key to staying comfortable year-round. For an eco-friendly approach, consider sheep's wool, rock wool, or recycled denim insulation, all of which provide excellent warmth without harmful chemicals. The roof and floor should receive the most attention since heat rises and cold air enters through the ground. A well-insulated A-frame will stay warm in winter and cool in summer, making it a truly self-sufficient retreat. Off-grid power and water systems. To power your off-grid A-frame, solar panels are the best option. Install solar panels on the roof for direct sun exposure and connect them to a battery bank and inverter for energy storage. To maximize efficiency, use LED lighting and low-energy appliances, which consume less power and extend battery life. Water collection is equally important. Setting up a rainwater harvesting system with gutters leading into a storage tank provides a reliable water source. A gravity-fed filtration system ensures that rainwater is safe for drinking. If there's a nearby natural water source, installing a hand pump well is a great alternative for year-round access to fresh water. With the right off-grid systems, your A-frame can be completely self-sufficient, providing both power and clean water without relying on outside utilities. So that's all for today's video. If you found this guide helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more off-grid building tips, and drop a comment below. What part of this process excites you the most? We will see you in the next video. Until next time, happy building!